morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here again on a lovely Wednesday, guys. We are midweek. It is good to be midweek. I feel good about being midweek. It means we're getting through the time and it's flying by because we're all together. If you guys are here, again, make sure you smash these likes, subscribe, share this stream out with friends so more people know about what's going on with the war on the dollar. Janet Yellen, the banking sector, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, I got you covered. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. And before I do that, I want to shout out today's sponsor, Market Cipher. Make sure you guys check out Market Cipher. Link is in the live chat and in the description. Use code missteencrypto or code Zesty for 20% off. It's the most zesty code out there. I want to make sure we say hello to the chat. And first, I want to say hi to K9MM, who sent $10 total so far. So thank you for that. And he said, GM everyone, and said Randy and Emma are the coolest mods in crypto. That is actually pretty true. It is pretty true. I agree with you, K9MM. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wanted to make sure we get to our goal today of 100 likes and 100 live viewers. I know we are ramping that up right now, so let's make sure we get after it. The more we interact with the stream, the more YouTube shares it out, and the same goes for the TikTok. Crypto Wizard said, "So you on Around the Blockchain yesterday?" Yes, I was on Around the Blockchain. It was a good time, and I did actually win yesterday, so that was fun. I had a great time. I literally love DZ. Frankie Candles was on, Paul was on, Evan Aldo. It was a really good circle we had going on yesterday. It was a really nice cast. I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Of course, K9MM is king today. So thank you, War Player. Nice to see you. Nash, nice to see you as well. You made it. We got Randy, Ovalboard, Crypto Billy in the chat. Crypto Billy, man, it's always good to see you. I love Crypto Billy. I'm always in all these other chats. I see him all the time. We always cross paths, and he's also always so nice and cool. Oh, Thirsty, thank you for being the #1 gifter on TikTok and give me a little crown. That was really cute. I appreciate that. Ozzy is in the chat. K9MM, Randy, Emma, Mark Smithson is here. We got Zero Dune, Alexandra G saying, I crushed it on ATB. Thank you. I appreciate it. All Set Miner, Nunya said, wee. I like that. Thank you for the wee. Sorry about that. John Germain, what's up? The cool kid Jimmy W, who's also my uncle. Nice to see you. He's not my actual uncle, but he is my Uncle Jimmy now. We got John Legend in the chat. We got Joe, aka Network Bits. Fweddy is in the chat over here. We got Pinjies. Good morning to you. Who else we got in here? Bacon, Eggs, and Hash. Automatic Beats. The Brothers T. Olive. Nice to see little Olive. Daniel Perez. Oof, Lazarus Hand is here as well. All right. Sophisticated. Rusty Bot. Creighton. Oh gosh, it's Creighton. He said only 17% of you love that saucy Janet Yellen. No taste. You all got no taste. That's actually really funny. If you guys could enter that poll, definitely check that out. You're really funny, dude. Who else? I don't know if I missed anyone else, and if I did, just yell at me in the comments and be like, you missed me. But I thank every one of you for coming. I appreciate it. You guys are always so funny. I love reading the chat. We got Brian from France in here. Nice to see you. Got Edras in here. All right, cool. All right, we have some interesting individuals. Joe, another morning that I've waken up wondering what I'm doing with your life. Listen, man, you know what you're doing with your life. You're mining, you're educating people on your YouTube channel, and you're hanging out with us. So that's what you're doing with your life. MetaMask, nice to see you as well. All right. Creators Crypto is here as well. MetaMask asking for 200 likes. I support that. Right, Ovalboard? Do you support that? I support that. Let's get 200 likes. Let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. We're getting after it. Oh, BBB, I did miss you. I'm sorry. Hi, BBB. He's the best. Okay. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm so hyped today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just extra zesty. Do you recognize me? Thank you for that, I guess. Okay. So we're going to go live and talk about the charts, the live Bitcoin cryptocurrency charts. Let me pull that up. And boom. All right, guys. We got Bitcoin at $25,975 today. We are only up 0.18%. Where is the price action? I couldn't tell you, bro. I could not tell you. I am waiting for something zesty. I'm waiting. There's not much going on. Again, we have money flow still in the red, but it looks like it's starting to flatten out here, which isn't terrible. We do have momentum starting to pick up here, so hopefully we could have some momentum shift. The VWAP is over the zero line, but it doesn't look confident, guys. It does not look confident. It's not like that huge spike, which is why we're just kind of flat in price. It just kind of makes sense. We're below the bottom of our range, which the lower part of our range was around $27,100. Sheesh, man. Sideways trade. If you look at these candles, guys, I mean, listen, the past 3-4 days, there's not much to tell you. There's not much to tell you. Yesterday, we had some volatility, a low of 25.7 and a high of 26.4. Yeah. Yeah. Just seems like Bitcoin, again, just really sideways trading until it makes another move. We've seen this a lot before where we recently just had little to no price action. And then when that happens, usually there's a big move after that. But again, we could sideways trade forever. I mean, listen, you saw here, we had a few days of just little to no trading at all. We had to move to the upside. Now we're having, again, those 4 days now of just sideways trading, barely any movement. Again, we are midweek, so I do hope that by the end of the week, we could pick this up a little bit. Dr. Green, I appreciate it. Good morning to you. We do have Bitcoin again. Hopefully we could build up some momentum here. Volume, not crazy. Nothing much going on. Even if you look at like the 4-hour chart, which I do like to take a gander at once in a while. Sorry. Not much going on there. Not much going on. Again, sideways trading, sideways. But again, this is a great time to educate. It's a great time to, if you are DCAing, to DCA, because again, if you DCA during nap time here, then you would know that you are doing pretty well right now. So again, a lot of people like to dollar cost average because if you look at prices from there it goes. From June 2022, you're pretty even right now. And you would have bought the dip throughout all this past year. So again, do your due diligence. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, dollar cost average. I'm just letting you know what's going on with the price action. And there we go. Again, not much going on with Bitcoin. I really wish I could say more. I wish I could be like, oh my sheesh, like we're pimping, but I can't tell you that, guys. I cannot tell you that. I am hoping that we could break through 26K and stay above 26K today. And I know that's a crazy ask for Bitcoin. I know that's crazy. But again, I do want to stay over 26K Bitcoin. We did almost see 26K Bitcoin. I mean, we just saw right above it, actually. I'm lying. We saw around $26,000 Bitcoin, $26,087 Bitcoin. Let's close above that today. If you think we're going to have a green day, press the G. If you think we're going to have a red day, press the R. And let me know your thoughts because we're really on the edge right now. I'm on the edge of green or red. And I'm totally not as cool as Lady Gaga, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to move on to Ethereum. I'll stop singing. We'll move on to Ethereum. Ethereum's up only 0.09%. So you can really see how crazy this price action is right now. We're at $1,740 Ethereum. We're waiting for some zest. We're waiting for a move here. We have momentum, not really doing much. Again, we were talking about yesterday. I would love if this was an anchor wave and then some little trigger waves after that. So that way we could have a move to the upside. But again, not much is going on here. We have red money flow coming in here according to Market Cipher for Ethereum because the meme craze isn't as crazy. I feel like that's really what kept the money flow in the green for Ethereum throughout April and May was really the meme coins. But the hype really kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't know if it's over. But, you know, I'm just letting you know. Now, we do have the VWAP about to touch the zero line. So this is critical. If we could have a nice bam with this little yellow wave, the little VWAP, then maybe that would give us a little uptick in price. Again, I really wish I could tell you guys more. We sideways traded between like 1820 and 1911 Ethereum for a while. We broke below that range. We just broke down. And now again, we're sideways trading. I actually did mention this. Like, you know, if we were to break below this, then maybe we just sideways trade here for a while. And I hope we don't because it's so boring. But, you know, everything comes in due time. This is when the pressure comes in. And this is when the market tells you, you got to hodl or paper hands and leave. Again, this market isn't for everyone. This sideways trading isn't for everyone. People barely survived nap time. But we did because we are educated individuals and we have diamond hands. Again, the volume really isn't crazy here. So I think the buyers, there's not a lot of buyers. There's not a lot of sellers. No one's really trying to defend this. We need to at least defend 1710. I want to defend 1710. Wills, what are you guys doing out there? Wills. Litecoin is at $77.35, down 0.21%, is in the red today. Sheesh, Litecoin, sheesh. What is going on? Litecoin. Listen, guys, I need the Litecoin halving countdown, so let me grab that as well. We have a beautiful Litecoin halving. I always forget the Litecoin halving countdown. I'm terrible streamer. I am terrible. While that loads in the background, we got red money flow according to market Cipher. VWAP looks the same. This is pretty similar to Ethereum. Wow, this looks very similar to Ethereum. Very similar. Except for the momentum missing here, but sheesh. Litecoin and Ethereum according to market Cipher looks pretty similar. Now, we are headed to that zero line. So, is there a move that could be ooh, this is very interesting. I want to see how the next day or two plays out because, exposed. Because if we could confidently break above this, usually when that happens, there's an uptick in price. So that would be very interesting. We only have 49 and a half days until the Litecoin halving. I'm absolutely stoked, man. Stoked. And if you feel like, you are interested in the halving, you're interested in picking up some Litecoins. I mean, listen, man, $77 Litecoin. Crazy stuff going on here. We do know in the last bull market that Litecoin didn't break its previous all-time high from the bull market before that. But again, that doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen again. And Litecoin is so needed right now. It's sound money, finite supply of 84 million Litecoin. The halving is coming about where there's going to be a block reward from 12.5 Litecoin to 6.25 Litecoin. You can confirm that right here. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's a predictable monetary supply. Now, again, we broke down. I'm hoping that we could get back somehow to $90 Litecoin. Again, this was a 17.5% move in just one day. If Litecoin could definitely make moves like that, again, nothing is stopping it. It's literally doing whatever it wants right now. And Litecoin's very independent. As you can see, it's in the red while everything else is slightly in the green. Again, not by much either way. We do have Doge that's just above 6 cents as well, down 0.03%. So it's kind of like on Litecoin's boat right now. So we're going to see what happens with Doge. I really want to see, again, 7-cent Doge back. That is the goal. 7 to 8 cent Doge. Ozzy, great tech, but doesn't... I think a lot of people care, Ozzy, actually. So you're saying that maybe not the popularity of Litecoin isn't that much, but yes, it is. If you look, you got to look at these transactions. You have to look at the whalers. There's millions. There's only 84 million Litecoin, right? But there's millions being moved every single day for pennies. People are using Litecoin for value transfer. Even Doge, which is crazy. But Litecoin even more so for value transfer. And there's MWeb, which gives you fungibility, gives you those characteristics of sound money. Yeah, price says otherwise. That's the only metric that matters. It's not the only metric that matters. If you think price matters, then why are you looking at Bitcoin? Because people say, oh, Bitcoin went down so and so percent. It's only at 25,000. Its high was 69K. Oh, why it's not moving? Why are you interested in Bitcoin? That price doesn't always equal value. People's bank accounts are closing right now across the world for no reason. There's people right now that have to spend their money if they get paid today by Monday or by Saturday because inflation is so bad. So price doesn't always equal value, because if it really was price equaling the current value of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we would have a lot higher prices. So again, I don't really think price equals value when if you look at the usage of all of these things. So I'm gonna rebut on that, Ozzy. Sorry. What's going on? Let's get money collection. My wife, Litecoin, found out that I'm cheating on her with XRP and she's mad at me. Oh, sheesh. Gary Gensler is here. Gary, a stream that's not about me. Are you upset that it's about Janet today? Are you upset that Janet's getting your spotlight, Gary? Don't be upset. Don't be upset. You're in the poll. If you look at the poll, it's kind of about you too. So if you guys check out this poll right here, it's do you like Janet Yellen? Option 1 is Yellen, my love for her. And Gary, hee. And then no love here, silly question, MTC. And then we have number 1, an In-N-Out and Chalky Shake, please. So there you go. Enter that poll. Make sure you guys are smashing these likes, sharing the stream out with friends. We have a goal of 100 likes and 100 live viewers. We're over halfway to our goal. Gary, this is your safe place. Please feel free to clear the air, share your opinions, so on and so forth. MK, it's nice to see you. We got everyone dropping these cookie emojis. That's amazing. Hi, Zippy. Liberty and Trust. At Miss Teen, we heart LTC. I'm with you, bro. I am with you. I've been talking about Litecoin, Digibyte, Bitcoin, Ethereum since I got on crypto Twitter in 2020. It's been over 3 years. Randy got you a bunch with that so-called howling. I mean singing. Wow, Jimmy, you're roasting me right now? You're roasting my vocals? Whoa. I'm a little hurt. Where's Taco Berry? Can Taco Berry defend me right now? Where's Taco? He needs to defend my honor. We got Felipe in here. Ian is in here. Nice to see you guys. Raul Fibonacci, nice to see you. MM calling for contributions. I appreciate that. Jimmy W, for those that didn't catch it, I ate the MTC chocolate cookies in real life. They were legit. Thank you for giving me the validity, Jimmy, as you're roasting me. I appreciate it. MTC killing it on Around the Blockchain yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of love from the Around the Blockchain fam. Wow, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so we do have the cookie hype. The cookie hype is real, according to Jimmy. So you guys see these cookies online, you're like, oh, are these actually good cookies? But they are. They are. Taco Berry probably crashed on the couch. He got that life. He does. Taco Berry's a cool guy, but I think he needs to come and defend my honor right now. Let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers so I can get into the news. We're going to get into the news anyway. Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen is a very interesting character, to say the least. Crypto Wizard, thank you for the heart. Janet Yellen is a very interesting character. Janet Yellen is always for the SEC, the CFTC, always on the side of Gary Gensler. They're besties, in fact. Janet Yellen was recently calling for more crypto enforcement. This was last week. She's very supportive of the SEC, the CFTC, and crypto enforcement. In her televised appearance on CNBC, she appeared to reference the Treasury Department's contributions to the Financial Stability Oversight Council's report that warns about the risks of crypto. FSOC, which is also chaired by Yellen, determined in October 2022, that cryptocurrencies could pose risks to U.S. stability under certain conditions. And she also said she wants to see Congress act. She said additional regulation for crypto firms is appropriate. She says, I see some holes in the system where additional regulations, I think, would be appropriate. We would like to work with Congress to see additional legislation passed. I think that's very ironic, considering that Silicon Valley Bank went down, crashed and burned, to be quite honest with you guys. And right after that, what did Janet Yellen say about our economy? That she should have been regulating and looking out for us while people at Silicon Valley Bank were waiting outside for their money when the executives cashed out over $2 million right before it collapsed. I'll digress. Here's what she said post Silicon Valley Bank about our economy, but she's so worried about crypto. Make sure you smash these likes, share the stream out. Rizard, thank you for all the love.
And take an economy that is performing very well. We've had the fastest recovery from a downturn that we've ever seen, and the fastest recovery of any nation around the globe. The unemployment rate is near a 50-year low. The economy is doing well. And
the economy is doing well. We had the fastest rebound. Well, Janet, let's remember that right after you said this, when we recovered from Silicon Valley Bank and you saved Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic then went down a few weeks later. Stock halted 9 times in one day, and the stock ended up going to zero and was acquired by JP Morgan. So the biggest bank in our country just got bigger. But our economy is performing very well. If you're concerned about your bank, then you should maybe listen to this clip of Janet Yellen.
I need to be able to drill in on a couple of things. Let me start with some of the banking issues we're dealing with on it. will the deposits in every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of their size, be fully insured now? Are they fully recovered? Every bank, every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of the size of the deposit, will they get the same treatment that SVBP just got or Signature Bank just got?
A bank only gets that treatment if a majority of the FDIC board, a supermajority of the Fed board, and I, in consultation with the president, determine that the failure to protect uninsured depositors would create systemic risk and significant economic and financial consequences.
So what is your plan?
We made that determination.
Right. So what is your plan to keep large depositors from moving their funds out of community banks into the big banks? We have seen the mergers of banks over the past decade. I'm concerned you're about to accelerate that by encouraging anyone who has a large deposit in a community bank to say, we're not going to make you whole, but if you go to one of our preferred banks, we will make you whole at that point.
Look, I mean, that's certainly not something that we're encouraging.
That is happening right now.
That is happening because depositors are concerned about the bank failures that have happened and whether or not other banks could also
No,
fail.
it's happening
And
because you're fully insured no matter what the amount is. If you're in a big bank, you're not fully insured if you're in a community bank.
Well,
and here are the problems that we are facing. If you are in a small bank, they really don't care about what happens to you because you have to have a near unanimous decision by Janet Yellen and the FDIC plus the approval of the president to get your funds back from a small bank. Even if you're in the big banks, First Republic, Silicon Valley Bank, does it really matter? Because Silicon Valley Bank almost wasn't saved. There were articles, if you guys remember, that were coming out at that time saying that Yellen was considering not doing anything to help Silicon Valley Bank, even the people that were insured by the FDIC with that $250K. Nothing is guaranteed. Your money is never guaranteed to you. But the economy is performing well. Everything is fine. No, it's quite the opposite. Because while they're pushing out crypto, while she's rooting for crypto regulation, we are facing incredible inflation. Where we know with Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. An inflation schedule every 4 years with that having. Here's some clips of Tom Emmer talking to Janet Yellen yesterday. And I feel like this is really important considering that we are looking at all of this data that they put out about inflation, about employment numbers, A, B, and C. But is inflation actually a factor in the recession? And this is what we need to pay attention to because inflation is what impacts us the most as retail customers and consumers.
From Minnesota, Mr. Emmer is recognized.
Thank you very much. And I want to thank Chairman McHenry for holding this important hearing today. And I want to thank you, Madam Secretary, for your testimony this morning. The National Bureau of Economic Research is the official recession scorekeeper, according to the White House. Pre-pandemic, or before the pandemic, the definition of a recession was pretty easy. It was 2 consecutive quarters of economic contraction. However, somewhere along the way in this new Biden administration, President Biden's tenure, the administration seems to have changed the definition of recession, and the National Bureau of Economic Research asserts that a recession is now, quote, a significant decline in economic activity that is spread across the economy and lasts more than a few months, close quote. This has had a bit of a gaslighting effect on the American people, so I'd like to drill into it just a little bit. Secretary Yellen, does the National Bureau of Economic Research give any weight to real personal income when determining if we are in a significant economic decline?
They look at a wide array of statistics, and the second definition that you gave of a broad contraction that lasts more than several months That is how the NBER...
Reclaiming my time, the answer is yes. Does the National Bureau of Economic Research directly consider inflation when determining if we are in a significant economic decline?
Inflation is not part of an economic decline.
Okay, well, the National Bureau of Economic Research, while it doesn't directly consider inflation, inflation is embedded into real income and spending variables that it tracks. So American families pay an average of $864 more per month today than they did when this administration started. That's an extra $126 on food per month, an extra $159 on shelter per month, an extra $123 on energy per month, just to name a few. This is since the Biden administration took office. Unless Americans have gotten a 15.3% pay raise in the last 2 years, they've effectively gotten a pay cut. Madam Secretary, has the average American income increased 15.3% during the Biden administration?
We have the strongest job market and
the answer is, reclaiming my time. Thank you, Madam Secretary. The answer is easy. It's no. Since President Biden took office, the average real personal income has only increased 2.4%. That would have been the answer. So while it costs nearly $900 more a month for American families to afford the same quality of life that they had in 2019, Americans aren't getting paid anywhere near that much more. So how is it then that the National Bureau of Economic Research thinks it's appropriate to exclude inflation as a primary factor when determining the state of our economy? It's a rhetorical question, Madam Secretary, because we all know that the bureaucracy cherry picks the factors that yield the most convincing numbers for whatever narrative they want to assert, much like you were starting to deflect and say, we've got the greatest whatever. Americans know better. This administration is telling Americans the economy is strong, but Americans certainly feel like things are worse today than they were before President Biden took office. Secretary Yellen, I'm asking these questions because throughout 2021, you, along with several members responsible for fiscal decision-making in this administration, had incredibly asserted that inflation was, quote, transitory, perpetuating a fallacy the government could keep spending money it didn't have and everything and everyone would be just fine. Well, it's not fine. As a result of misrepresenting real economic conditions, trillions of dollars were printed, injecting cash into a shutdown system which skyrocketed prices when we opened back up. Now, in order to tame runaway inflation, the Fed's only tool is to rapidly raise interest rates. The Fed is on its 10th consecutive rate hike, which are intended to purposefully increase unemployment, make it harder for Americans to find jobs, make it harder for Americans to buy a home or a car. These decisions, which unfortunately seem to be the only solution at this point, have harmed low-income Americans and Americans living on a fixed income the most. We should have never delayed implementation of monetary policy this long under the fallacy that inflation is transitory.
That was insane. That was insane. There's so many things that were brought up here where inflation is not a part of the definition or not really considered in a recession. How is that possible? When that's what affects us the most. As Tom Emmer said, we are paying significantly more every month. But it comes where this crossroad, I've been mentioning this for well over 2 years now, where we have this crossroad that we're finally at where, again, people are not making money anymore, making less, but they have to pay more to keep their lives going. And this is where we have to take in inflation, of course, but of course they don't consider that. On top of inflation not being considered or being a factor for what a recession is, we then have Janet Yellen talking about the dollar as a reserve asset for the world. Should we be worried? Make sure you guys are smashing these likes, sharing the stream out with friends. We need 100 likes and 100 live viewers, guys.
The fact that the use of the dollar has diminished and gone down against competing currencies over the years?
There's been some increase in holdings of other reserve assets, but that's something to be expected in a growing world economy where there is a desire to diversify, but
So we should expect
still
less use of the
reliant.
dollar, is what you're saying. We should be
We should expect over time gradually increased share of other assets in reserve holdings of countries. It's a natural desire to diversify, but the dollar is far and away the dominant reserve
It's
asset.
still a huge concern for us here in Congress.
So Janet Yellen says indirectly that yes, the dollar is slowly diminishing in value in our own country and around the world because it is losing its dominance as the global reserve currency. Now, she said, oh, it's only natural to diversify. But she makes it seem as if it's really not that big of a deal. Well, should we really be worried about it while she's nonchalantly playing this off? Absolutely, we should be worried about it. Because as they're pushing away crypto, as they're trying to push away even stable coins, which cause hyperdollarization and lower the barrier to entry to the dollar economy, we have crypto regulation getting stricter. We have them ganging up on us. Liz Warren with her anti-crypto army. Gary Gensler backtracking on everything he said in 2018, saying basically everything is a security nowadays, and we got to prove that all in court. Now we got to worry about dollar dominance. Countries worldwide are dropping the US dollar. De-dollarization is what they're calling it. Literal de-dollarization in China, Russia, Brazil, and Asian countries. Again, this is a global de-dollarization campaign, and it's gaining momentum as countries around the world seek alternatives. China and Russia are trading their own currencies. Beijing and Brazil has also dropped the dollar in bilateral trade. The UAE, United Arab Emirates, is selling China its gas using the yuan. Southeast Asian nations are de-dollarizing their trade, promoting local payment systems. Kenya's buying the Persian Gulf with its own currency. Even the Financial Times newspaper acknowledged that a multipolar currency world is emerging. Let's keep pushing away crypto, right? Janet Yellen is making a mistake, a brutal mistake. When you even have leaders like the president of Kenya... apologies. When you literally have the president of a country like Kenya telling citizens to get rid of their US dollars. Did you guys forget this from March?
The people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you surely might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks. For the people,
this market will be different in a couple of weeks, says the president of Kenya. And was he correct? Absolutely, because this was right after SVB. And this was going into the First Republic Bank failure, which led to all of the bank stocks crashing to where they are now, that are still over 80% down on the year. We should be worried about our dollar dominance. We should be worried about everything that Janet Yellen is telling us not to worry about. We should worry about inflation. We should worry about the value of our money, which is why we opt into a decentralized financial ecosystem, which is why we opt into Bitcoin, where we know there's a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoin, and inflation schedule every 4 years, and we get to send, receive, and send value whenever we want to whoever we want, wherever we are in the world, instantly, permissionlessly, and trustlessly. And we get to own it. We get to be our own bank while we're at it. I know that was a long one. I know there was a lot to break down here, but it was very, very necessary. And I know I pulled up a lot of clips from the past few months, but again, it is all necessary. Digi, nice to see you. A bit of me said you just smashed the likes, as you should. Dave Digital is here. Nice to see you. MetaMask, the U.S. should immediately endorse USDT and Circle. At least we can still have the name as the world currency. I mean, listen, that would be helpful, but they want to push it away. But at the same time, I really think their main agenda is not to push it away. I think their agenda is to suppress it for as long as they can until they can't anymore. Because if you think about it, Janet Yellen, Gary Gensler, all of these people, and Liz Warren too, trying to bring about cases against cryptocurrency, pushing for heavy regulation, they will not succeed. They can't afford to leave us behind, or else we will collapse. We will be taken over. I know that sounds crazy, but when you have cryptocurrency, you have power because it's decentralized. It's something that can be easily spread amongst other people without the need for intermediaries. Now, if you're holding American people back from getting into this ecosystem, innovating, bringing some power and some money back into this country, other countries will, like Hong Kong, is embracing people, calling on Coinbase specifically. The United Arab Emirates having Gemini, Binance, even Coinbase was there. Ireland, the UK, everywhere else but the US is inviting people to come there and innovate, bring cryptocurrency there, giving clarity on what a digital asset is and how to identify certain cryptocurrencies. We can't even get a definition of what a digital asset is in the United States. They can't afford to wait much longer, which is why they are bringing about these cases. Because they know at the end of the day, the pushback will fall back on them. You're coming after us saying, oh, this is a security, that's a security, this is not, and this and that. But at the end of the day, they're just bringing up names. Now the SEC and all these agencies have to take the next step, which is deciding, oh, this is a security and this is why. Let's prove it. They have to prove this all in court, which means they have to give us actual answers at some point. Keep that in mind. We're going to get answers at some point. And when that happens, they cannot do that. I was recently talking over the weekend to someone that is working in law, very young individual. He was talking to me and he said that his firm was looking into the Coinbase case because they wanted to potentially work on that. He said to me, we're putting all of these cryptocurrencies that they listed through the Howey test. And I said, oh, really? So how is that going? And he said none of them passed the Howey test, meaning none of them. I was like, okay, so you're saying that none of them are securities. He goes, yes, none of them are securities. I'm talking to lawyers. And this is what they're telling me, that all these lawyers are trying to figure out ways to say, hey, is this a security? Is this not a security? And they literally can't find any of them that are securities because they're not. Even if you look into what Tom Emmer just put out there, he was putting out legislation that forces them to maybe take the power away from the SEC and also give us clarity on what is actually happening. Like Flat Smack is saying, next they'll say gift cards are going to be securities. Next they're going to say your Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you're trading with your friends at the lunch table are securities. Next they're going to say you selling things on Amazon is a security. Come on, man. Like, this is absolutely wild. Gary Gensler, please don't mess with me, bro. Please. I'm just kidding. You're okay. John Travolta security dance. I love it, MTC. Thank you. Look, I love Saturday Night Fever, man. What's Creighton doing? Dropping all these candles for Frankie Candles. I'm just joking. I love Frankie Candles. Frankie Candles is so awesome. The Candle Mafia is out here too. There's a lot of Candle Mafia in here. I love the Candle Mafia. Dropping all those candles. All Set Miner, nice to see you. Joni Farino, nice to see you. All right. I hope I didn't miss anything in the chat that was interesting. B-Team Crypto, nice to see you. Yep. All right. Now we got the next piece of news. Again, let's get 100 likes and 100 live viewers. I don't see 100 likes yet. I think I actually have to refresh my stuff. I don't think anything I have right now out here is accurate. Someone give me a like count. That would be really helpful because, again, my stuff isn't loading. Oh, sheesh. We already do have over 100 likes. Let's get 150. And let's get 100 likes, 100 viewers in here. 150 likes and 100 viewers. Let's get it. Avo, they'll say MTC is a security next. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, the stream is a security. You're expecting an increase in likes and value of the stream. It's a security. Bro, what? Metamask said 200 likes. Let's go. I support you. No G said MTC and coffee. I just had coffee. Jimmy said $150 for 150 likes. Yo, is that? Don't fib to me, Jimmy. Let's smash these likes, share the stream out with friends. Let's get 150 likes because Jimmy said so. K9MM said MTC chocolate chip cookies might be a security. Actually, Jimmy could confirm. Jimmy, can you confirm if my cookies are a security, if you're expecting an increase in value or an increase in zest from eating those cookies? T-Bone, let's go. Scratch Eye. The U.S. has 200,000 Bitcoin, though. Yeah, the government does hold a lot of Bitcoin. What cards? What do you mean, what cards, bruh? Creighton, what are you talking about, man? All right, we're going to get into the next piece of news because it's really important, and I'm going to freaking go off. Now, we have regulation everywhere. We had Gary Gensler even saying that we already have digital currencies. I could pull up that video right now. Gary Gensler was saying we already have digital currencies. We already have the digital yuan. We have the dollar. A, B, and C. Let me pull up that video for you guys really quick of Gary Gensler talking about the dollar and the digital dollar.
We don't need more digital currency. We already have digital currency. It's called the US dollar. It's called the euro. It's called the yen. They're all digital right now. We already have digital investments. And you have entrepreneurs representing digital investments on this program all day long. And it's whether it's the big tech companies.
And there you go. We already have the digital currencies. But now this is the new news. The U.S. Treasury examining how using digital dollars could be kept private. The U.S. Treasury Department has been studying how it might keep retail transactions in a potential digital dollar as private and anonymous as possible, says Graham Steele, the Assistant Secretary for Financial Institutions, though he said the U.S. hasn't yet decided whether to move forward on a CBDC, which is not true. This is actually not true. It's important to consider the extent which privacy and anonymity might be preserved and explore the technology and methods available, including privacy-enhancing tech, PETs, to enable such protections in the design of any potential retail CBDC. Such technologies could play a crucial role in the maintaining transactional privacy while also ensuring transparency and traceability. They noted that the risk of a CBDC could be used against them with banking turmoil, saying the tech enabling the movement of deposits can only get faster, which increases the movement of funds. Well, what do you think FedNow is going to do? That's exactly what FedNow does, is making the movement of money instant. Now, there was Project Hamilton that I went over quite a lot with you guys back in the day. Now, I'll go over exactly what Project Hamilton is in a moment, because there are many parts of our country that are working on central bank digital currencies. San Francisco, they eyed CBDC system development. There were job postings in February. A lot of people forgot about that one. Even before that, the New York Fed in November of 2022 launched a 12-week CBDC pilot program with major banks, including BNY Mellon, Citi, HSBC, MasterCard, PNC Bank, TD Bank, Truist, US Bank, and Wells Fargo. Well, you know Wells Fargo is having their own issues, issuing cash cards, but only having a $1,000 limit on what you can withdraw. Project Hamilton, already finished and cleaned up, but within phase 1, they built so many things, talking about central banks and all the researchers proposing various objectives. They talk about what options are, what are not policymakers. They said their primary goal was to design core transaction processors that meets the needs of the robust throughput, speed, and fault tolerance requirements of a large retail payment system. They're working. They already completed the trials of retail CBDCs. This is all a lie. Oh, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what we're going to do. Please, they already have it. The feasibility and performance of what's going on. They had 100,000 transactions per second. They had different design choices. If you look at the results, they're talking about transaction processors. Well, if you look deeper into this, who is the transaction processor? In our design, users interact with the central transaction processor using digital wallets storing cryptographic keys. Funds are addressed to public keys and wallets to create cryptographic signatures and authorize payments. The transaction processor, run by a trusted operator such as a central bank, stores cryptographic hashes representing unspent funds. Each hash commits a public key and value, while it's issued signed transactions which destroy the funds being sent and create an equivalent amount of new funds. So they're just burning and creating new money whenever they want. The processor, so the central bank, will validate transactions and atomically and durably apply changes to set the unspent funds. In this version, there are no intermediaries, fees, or identity outside of public keys. However, they support adding those roles in the future, which they did. Because again, they're making this private. They don't want you to have permission to do anything. If they don't like what you are doing, if they aren't a fan of you, then they will shut down your transactions. The central bank themselves will not approve your transactions anymore. This is extremely dangerous. So the U.S. Treasury Department coming out today and yesterday and basically saying that they don't know. Maybe we should keep this private. We're not sure what we're going to do. That's a lie. Even Jerome Powell, a few months back, I have this video for you guys that I took myself because you can't find this anywhere. Jerome Powell, what are his thoughts on what's going on with central bank digital currencies in the U.S.? Let's get our real answers.
Engage the Federal Reserve as their fiscal agent. You've testified here many times before that to issue a central bank digital currency, that would have to be authorized by statute by Congress. Is that still your testimony?
That is absolutely the case as it relates to a retail CBDC. There are potential forms of a wholesale CBDC that we need to look at. It's less clear, but we've always been talking about retail CBDC, and that's something we would certainly need congressional approval for.
And what would be a parameter on something that's not a retail CBDC where you think that could be issued in some form or fashion without Congress's direct statutory authorization?
It would be, for example, it would just be something between banks. So it would look an awful lot like a bank reserve. And you might ask, well, why would we need it? And that's a really good question too.
Yeah.
But it's just something that's literally within a wholesale market.
But that speaks that you might have a blockchain between banks and the Fed using a central bank digital currency token to settle transactions institutionally inside yeah. So that leads me to FedNow, which is supposed to be up and running, I think, this summer, somewhat behind the scene there. I would like to ask you to formally have this full committee briefed on that by the Federal Reserve. I know the chair of the Kansas City Bank was involved. She's now left. And I think the committee has a lot of questions about FedNow, how its interoperability will work, how it's going to roll out. And also just a question that we've been asked, that why the Fed wire system isn't up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week now to benefit consumers that are using Venmo. Do you have a thought on that?
I'm not sure why we're not 24/7 on that, and we'd of course be delighted to come up and brief the committee on Fed.
That'd be good.
Why aren't transactions instant? Well, FedNow is coming out. We already know that. FedNow is coming out in July. But why aren't payments instant? They already told you in the article we just read, because it could push bank runs, banking turmoil. Now, you really want to see the connection and how crazy this is? During this hearing, I heard about Project Hamilton. And I also looked into the FedNow program. How crazy is this, guys? The Federal Reserve, they put out this press release of August 29th, 2022. And who is in charge of this program? Quote, today, with the FedNow launch date in sight, we are pleased with the collaboration and dedication of our pilot partners and have brought to advance modern payments in America, says Esther George, president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City and sponsor of the FedNow program. There are so many people. Now, this is the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. Let's continue to scroll. Quote, the benefits of instant payments are increasingly important to consumers and businesses, and the ability to provide the service will be critical for financial institutions to remain competitive. Says who? Kent Montgomery, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston first vice president and FedNow service program executives. Quote, next year, financial institutions will be able to use the FedNow service as a springboard to provide innovative solutions to their customers. Oh, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston vice president and FedNow program executive. Oh, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston is also working on CBDCs and completed a pilot program. So you're saying the FedNow program and CBDCs aren't connected? Then you're crazy. All of it's connected. All of it is to plant all these little seeds in your head and prep us. This is all prep, and it just got exposed on the Miss Teen Crypto channel. Make sure you smash these likes and share the stream out with friends. CBDCs are the antithesis of freedom and liberty. We have 3 inalienable rights, my friends: life, liberty, and property. We have the right to own Bitcoin and have something that we own and we're in control of in terms of inflation and ownership.
Meeting with the Fed later. Wish me luck. Smiley face.
Please throw a yar in the chat for Armani. We love Armani out here. Yar for Armani, yar. No, Gisa, let's make it rain, boys. I'm dead. Guys, let's rain those likes. We only have 22 more likes until Jimmy rains. So please, make sure you guys smash these likes and share the stream out with friends. Pretty freaking please. Thank you, Armani, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Mark Smithson said your entire head is a little seed. I feel like we're all little seeds, in a way. We're a seed. Yay, drop those yars in the chat. Yar! I love that. Me and Armani, we used to yar every morning on crypto Twitter. 20 more likes, guys. Come on, smash these likes. Chris, America. Yeah, America. Will, you will own nothing. Yeah, we'll own nothing and be happy, right? Psh, what? Jimmy, what's an internet? Steven said, you go, girl. You're the best. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Much love to you, too. Much love to you, too. You said you like the stream. Awesome. New York, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with the whole country, dude? Do you see what's going on right now? All of this is connected. And literally nobody talks about this. I haven't seen one other freaking channel talking about the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, the New York Fed, San Francisco Fed. What? And you know what? Who's also in collaboration with this? The Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's Digital Currency Initiative, MIT DCI. Who worked at MIT? I'm gonna lose my noodles. Who worked at MIT for chat? Throw it in there. Throw it in there. Who worked at MIT? Who in the crypto space that scammed everyone also went to school at MIT? Please throw those answers in the chat. Please throw those answers in the chat before I lose my noodles. I don't see it. I don't see it. Who worked at MIT? I'm going to leave until I get these answers. Where are my answers? Who worked at MIT? Oh, yes, you guys are indeed correct. Gary Gensler worked at MIT. And who else went to school at MIT? Sam Bankman-Fried. And now MIT is working on CBDCs with the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. Isn't that a little wild? Are the dots all connecting for y'all? Are these dots connecting? I hope I'm not scaring you. I'm just helping you realize everything that's going on. I will not lie to you. I will always be the most transparent person in the world. And I do my research because I care. I care about every single person in this chat. I care about every single individual and the prosperity of ordinary individuals. This is why I'm bringing it to you. This is crazy. This is crazy. Listen, is MIT really to blame? I don't know. But they are working on a lot of crazy things over there that make me a little bit skeptical. Guys, we need 15 more likes for 150 likes. Let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push it. Ranga Apes Club said dots connected. Connecting all the dots for you, bro. I always connect the dots. Eltron, good morning. You said you care about me. Thank you, Switch. I care about you. Ghost of Sparta said, is this a Zest Fest? Always a Zest Fest, bro. Always a Zest Fest. I have to redo my goal here on the ticker talker. I'm just going to put that up there. I'm not looking to achieve that. But I'm just shooting. Creighton C said, Marcus Gensler. Oh, no. K9MM said, NCC ran to get you hyped up. Listen, K9MM, you always support me, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you with, like, the utmost love. I want to give you a little bit of an update in terms of exchanges. So while I'm waiting for 150 likes, guys, we're smash those likes. Here's some news. The U.S. judge rebuffs the SEC request for Binance U.S. asset freeze for now. So this is an update with Binance U.S. The federal judge overseeing the SEC's case against Binance and Binance U.S. declined an order to temporarily have a restraining order that freezes the platform's assets. So again, they wanted to freeze Binance US's assets in addition to their lawsuit against Binance and CZ himself. This would allow the arm of the company in the US to continue doing business while hashing out restrictions with the regulator. If the two sides can agree on the limits, Judge Amy Berman Jackson of the DC District Court said there's absolutely no need for a restraining order. And in the meantime, Judge ordered Binance US to prove a list of its business expenses to the court and ordered the parties to continue negotiating. And a status is due by the close of business on Thursday. So by tomorrow, we should have an answer. Now, again, CZ Binance has been under fire, and at times the judge was frustrated by the response she was hearing when asking whether Binance U.S. customer funds had actually left the U.S. after multiple SEC attorneys said they were mainly concerned about the fact that Binance's global platform controlled enough private key shards to move the funds. I want to know if it's happening or not, she said. It's stunning that I've asked each of you this. So the judge is frustrated and she wants clarity. So we will get some more clarity by tomorrow. Hopefully Binance can come out on top, my friends. Guys, make sure you smash these likes. I don't see the likes moving. I think my thing is frozen. If you guys could give me a like count, that would be absolutely great. In terms of Bittrex, we know Bittrex was under regulatory scrutiny here. They tried to leave the country in the U.S. And shut down their doors here. But here's something in terms of Bittrex if you guys are on Bittrex. There is a court order that allows them to unlock crypto withdrawals on June 15th. So their Bittrex customers are on the brink of getting their keys back. Not their keys, well, their coins back. The platform will be up and running for withdrawals on Thursday, June 15th. Bittrex attorney Patricia Tomasco told Blockworks on Wednesday. U.S. District Judge Brendan Shannon signed the court order on Tuesday, authorizing the bankrupt crypto exchange to honor withdrawals. Bittrex is, quote, authorized to take all actions necessary to effectuate the relief granted. The Judge Department last week opposed Bittrex's request to permit customers to withdraw crypto and fiat, arguing that the motion was premature. The decision was influenced in part by the fact that Bittrex's largest creditor, the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, would have its claim subordinated under its proposed plan. OFAC's claim exceeded $24 million, according to the filing. But the recent ruling doesn't make it clear whether customers' claims are given priority over the government's. So hopefully, again, everything goes well because, again, last month, Bittrex did file for bankruptcy. They even included 6 tokens on Bittrex that were securities, including Algo and Dash, which were called out within both the Coinbase and Coinbase lawsuit, Binance and Coinbase lawsuit. Thank you guys for subscribing, by the way. I see the little subscribees popping up here. Appreciate it. We have 140 likes, so we need 10 more. 10 more, 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 10 more. Well, I'm waiting for those 10 more likes because you guys are totally doing that right now. Totally smashing those likes. Showing absolute love and dedication and zest to the stream. Please do that. If you're on the TikTok, please head over to YouTube and hit the like over there. That would be absolutely awesome. 10 more likes. 10 more likes. What's up, Vin? If you're a member, please smash those 100 emojis. I need to see I need to see a lot of love. I need to see 100 emojis. I need to see SpongeBob emojis, all of that. Please throw those in the chat if you are a member. We have 8 more likes. Now, are you guys interested in tequila? Are you guys interested in Guy Fieri? Sammy Hagar? Are you interested in getting lit with NFTs and loyalty programs? Well, here's some good news for y'all. Let's get into it. Oh, hold on. I'm having a glitch. K9MM.
Let's get 150 likes. LFG 100.
Woo! Thank you, K9MM. Thank you for the $20 super chat. You're just contributing so much today. I appreciate that. He said, let's get 150 likes. He gave a $20 super chat, guys. He's buying our likes. Smash those likes for K9MM and the love. I'm not old enough to drink tequila, my friends. But maybe you are. And maybe you're interested in NFTs and Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. Here's the news. Look at them. Look at the swaggy dudes right there. Chef and TV personality Guy Fieri and Grammy-winning musician Sammy Hagar are sending tequila fans to Flavortown with a new non-fungible token NFT loyalty program for their premium spirits brand, Santo Spirits. The Santo Spirits Club loyalty program will leverage Trident 3, a Web3 on-ramp for enterprise clients, and is built on Near Protocol. According to the press release, the club will reward members with tiered perks, including an opportunity to win a virtual tequila testing with Hagar and Fieri, as well as an autographed physical guitar. Those who sign up for the loyalty program will receive a mystery NFT and a bonus NFT that will be made available to the first 1,000 members that sign up. It will precede the brand's release of its newest Santo Añejo tequila, and the utility of NFTs will be revealed upon the spirit's launch. According to the brand, users can earn unlimited number of rewards and utility opportunities for the continued engagement. Quote, the new Santo Spirits Club Web3 loyalty program will connect with fans, foster community, and cultivate brand loyalty, said Santo Spirits CEO and President Dan Butkus in his statement. We will bring this with Sammy and Guy's loyal global franchise and fan base in mind to this one of the most rewarding experiences in this category. Tequila and NFTs and loyalty programs. Guys, this is inevitable. Utility. I think this is extremely cool. I think if you are interested in Guy Fieri, which many people are, I mean, come on. Look at that swag. Look at that guy's swag. Look at all that tequila swag. And Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives swag. And Sammy Hagar swag. This is the future of brands. This is the future of companies. Listen, I've been releasing NFTs since November 2020 because I felt as a creator, as an individual, that it bridges the gap between a creator and your audience. Because if you are going to support Guy Fieri, you're just buying his tequila. Like, you're not getting anything for it. You're not really connecting with Guy in any way. If you are buying a song off of Apple Music of Ariana Grande, you know you're not supporting Ariana Grande directly. You're supporting Apple. You're supporting her record label. Are you really supporting her directly? No. Which is why I think NFTs are so great for creators. Because again, you're bridging that gap and you're directly supporting someone and being a part of their direct community. If you're a brand, you should be embracing cryptocurrency because it gives you that longevity. Make sure that people know that you are hip, you are up to date with the times. You're making sure you have some other avenues for when obviously everything goes digital. You have a part to play in that. You have some digital real estate in terms of community. And speaking of community, you're gaining another community through crypto people. Maybe people in crypto weren't paying attention to Guy Fieri beforehand. They didn't even think of his tequila. And now, because he's introducing all of these perks and making people interact with him and his community, that people will be interested in doing that and being a part of the Guy Fieri fan base. And that's apparently how you do say his name is not Fieri. It's apparently Fieri. I watched an interview and he said it's Fieri. And a lot of people get that wrong. So Fieri. You're getting drunk and making bad decisions. Those are priceless. Are you talking about after you drink that tequila and you buy some more Guy Fieri NFTs? What's up, Pickaboo? Hello to you. TS Lawyer Gaming, what's up? John Jermaine, I like sweet cornbread with your I love cornbread. I love cornbread. Oh, no.
Matched $2 broke boys MTC the truth Emma throw some.
Oh, gosh. No, G, you didn't have to. I appreciate that. Thank you for your $2 super chat. No, G, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. I appreciate you so much. Guys, make sure you smash these likes. We only need 4 more for 150. Please be nice. Please share love. Monster Energy has a new alcohol beverage on the market. It looks scary. I'm scared of Monster. I won't even go near that. Like, I'm scared to drink that. I'm scared that, like, I'll drink these caffeine drinks and my heart will, like, burst out of my chest or something. I feel like I have a lot of energy to begin with. I feel like I'm very hype. I feel like I'm very woo. Like, I only drink like half a cup of coffee and I got like the energies. I feel like if I drink like a Red Bull, I never even tried a Red Bull. I never tried any of these drinks because I feel like I'll just go woo. You know what I mean? 4 more likes. Where are the 4 more likes, guys? What's happening? Creighton C, you said you love cornbread too? I'm going to give you cornbread without the corn, Creighton.
People also Versace wrong.
Oh, thank you for your $5 super chat, Armani, again. People also pronounce Versace wrong. Am I pronouncing Versace wrong? Versace. Versace. Tell me, what am I doing wrong? Tell me why. Armani, please explain this to me. I would give you bread. Yeah, but like I'd give you like just like the flour, like no flavor, like, you know, not even like it's just going to be like plain bread. No corn for you. No corn flavor. Versace, or is it Versace? Like Che. Like Michael Che from SNL. Che. Creighton C said that's okay, I can bake. Oh, so you can. Okay, so then you'll need me. So it's not Versace, like I'm saying. So is it Versace? Pickaboo, Red Bull with the wings. Here, crypto with the wings. Yes, we should feed some Red Bull to Bitcoin. Have her fly. Jimmy!
150 for 150.
Hey! Yay! Jimmy! Jimmy! Let's go! Let's go! Thank you for the $150 super chat. We did it! We did it! Woo! Wow, I'm so happy. So wow, okay. I'm like all over the place now. So what did Armani say? So he said Versace. Ah, so Versace. Guess that's what it is. Jimmy is the GOAT. I 100% agree. No G said make it rain, boys. Whoa, No G's really going off today. Balling on a budget. Doesn't matter how you pronounce it when Jimmy's in town. Jimmy is such a cool kid. He's Uncle Jimmy. He's here to take care of all of us. Vinny, I love how you use the member emojis. Everyone pronounces Nike wrong too. What? Is it like Nikki or something? Nike. It's already Nike. So what's put an accent on the V, roll the R. Oh, I can't roll my R's. That's a problem, Armani. I think Versace is probably the best I can do. Wells notice averted. Gary, imagine. Watch her hands when she says Italian name. She can't help it. She's Italian. Yeah. I do that a lot. I don't even notice it. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, you guys are great. You guys are amazing. It's like Mikey with an N. So, is this true? Noji says we're pimping. I want to go take a look at the market. What's happening? What's happening? We're not pimping that much. I mean, we're just over 26K. $26,011, $26,003 now. It's not that popping. No. I see where you're coming from, friend. But we need to see if you wanted to say we're pimping, then let's get to 26.4. Then that's when it's a little bit of a pimp. Or 27K. That's the pimp. I want to see a 27K pimp. Just go like this. Wee! That's it. That's what I'm looking for. That's all I want in my life. Oh yes, please in the chat, follow and subscribe on Twitter. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then make sure you hit that pink pill and subscribe over there, so that way you get exclusive tweets and everything else like that. Gary said I'm ratioing, and that's the way. That's what we do in the Zesty fam. We ratio. All right. It's green though. Yes, it is green, no G. And that's what I'm happy about. Listen, I want to close above like 26.2. Oh, what's up, me one? Retro Mike, am I late? Yes, you are late, Retro Mike. You're sleeping in. Dave Digital, drugs on Twitter. No, of course not. No drugs on Twitter. Just the blue pill, the pink pill is just like it just looks like a pill and it's pink and it says subscribe on it and it's very beautiful. Let's get 200 likes. Make sure you smash these likes, share the stream out with friends. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Especially all the contributions today. There's a new page that I could look at. So we got K9MM contributing. Thank you. Armani contributed today. No G. And Jimay. Uncle Jimay. So I appreciate all of that. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the love. Listen, the war on the dollar is real. 100%. Keep calm. Hoggle on. Stay zesty, my friends. You don't have to worry about anything if you have your crypto in your wallet. You don't have to worry about bank runs. You don't have to worry about inflation. Flatsmack said he took the blue pill. Jimbo's top chat banner will stay up there until Thanksgiving. Yes, that's true. MetaMask still asking for 200 likes. Let's get it. Me one said plus 1,000 Randy. Thank you. Retro Mike said I was in a vendor meeting. Important people have important meetings. You know what, Mike? I apologize. You have real things to do in your life. So I mean, I guess Creighton said, "What do you mean I will need you? That's for me to decide." I'm not. I don't like. I'm not and I like people sometimes. Okay. Well, listen. I'm not one to decide anything for you, Creighton. If this is what crypto's all about, you opt into a system that you want to be a part of. Now, if you want to be a part of the Zesty fam, then you hang out with us. If you want to buy Bitcoin, then you buy Bitcoin. You're opting into something. Matt D said more pennies, less dollars. It costs too much to make a penny now. It costs like 3 pennies to make 1 penny. Allset Miner, what did I miss? You missed Creighton being mean to me. Retro Mike is being mean to me. No G, are you keeping the mornings live officially? I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it because I do like the vibe of an early morning stream. I have a lot of love for the morning streams, but I also love the noon streams. But I think this is a really good vibe. So if you guys think I should keep this time in the morning, press 1 for morning. And if you think I should keep the afternoon time, press a 2. So 1 for the morning and 2 for the afternoon. Did I purchase the X? What's the X? At the other Hipper. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Retro Mike says I'm the other Hipper now. Am I coming to the Sin City meetup July 29th? There's a Sin City meetup? Sheesh. I would love to go to Vegas and meet them. Hopefully one day I can. I would love to go to Vegas and meet the Sin City fam, crash their studio, and show up and let's get zesty in here. I want to do the IRL parties with them. I love Sin City Crypto, man. They are such awesome guys. Let me actually put up a poll because I'm seeing a lot of 1.5s. Y'all are trolling me. I'm putting up a new poll. Okay. Daily Zest. Time. Oh, let's put 9:30 first. Oh, sheesh. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Or Gary, stop with the 3. Gary, you're playing with my emotions. A lot of you guys on TikTok like the early one. Enter that poll, please. Have an option to stream 8 hours. Imagine. I literally could. I could talk for hours. I could talk to the wall. You know what I mean? Cash Cats put a 1. Automatic Beats put a 1.5. Of course you dig Automatic Beats. I expect nothing less from you. No G, 1.5.69. I feel that. Crane C said, when was I mean to you? You punched me at recess, refused to say hi to me around the blockchain, put me on blast 15 times, and said I'm not cookie worthy. Took the corn out of the cornbread. You deserve it, Crane. You deserve it. Wow, you guys are really torn in this poll. Please enter that. I mean, listen, you were kind of mean to me, Creighton, and then it was like this whole thing where I was hearing rumors about you and your feelings about me, and I was like, we gotta settle this, and then now we just got into a fight. I mean, I thought we were friends at first, but then we started beefing over the cookies, and then I had to retract the raisins from the oatmeal cookies for you. And now you're getting spicy out here. So maybe I had to retract the corn from your cornbread. Sorry, Creighton. He's gonna go complain to Frankie Candles now. He's gonna go in the Frankie Candles group chat and be like, Miss Teen's bullying me. Did everyone but Gary answer the poll? 69% of you guys like the morning one. I feel like that's a bullish signal. I feel like this is a bullish signal. When cookies, do you guys like my cookie streams? Javier, you like raisins, you'll take his. Yeah, Javier, you deserve the raisins in the cookies. No raisins in the cookies for Creighton. Absolutely not. And maybe not for Gary Gensler either. I don't know. Lights F, I'm playing with you. Listen, I don't know. Part of me feels like this is a little bit real with Creighton. It's a little bit real. I can't. This is so funny. You like anything food related. I love food too. I mean, listen, Jimmy could attest to that. Anyone that's met me in real life from this chat could definitely attest to that. Cookie streams is where I start. Sheesh. I love cookie streams. I love cookie streams. Hi, digital real estate. So you guys are absolutely torn. But it seems like 66% of you guys enjoy the 9:30 a.m. Keto over cookie. Gary, don't even test me with this keto diet. I can't do keto. Keto's too intense for me. I feel like I am a living carb. I walk around, I eat cookies, I love bread. I love fried foods. I love like everything that has to do with dough. Yeah, I'm a carb. I'm like zest, water. This is what my body's made up of. Zest, water, and cookies and carbs. So, yeah. Keto cookie equals bacon cookie. No. Creighton says, eat your carbs. Keto sucks. See, Creighton, that makes me want to give you only one raisin in your cookie. Only one raisin, though. Like, MTC Fridays is for cookies. I would love to, but at the same time, I got to make sure like I could give them away. Like last weekend, I had an event to go to. I had a little bit of a wedding, a show of love, a display of love that I had to attend to. It was very beautiful, by the way. And I baked the cookies on Friday, as you guys saw. That was live. I then took those cookies to like 3 hours away. I traveled hours with those cookies. And then the next morning, I gave them out to the entire wedding party. I gave them out to the families. And it was just like a really good time. And I made sure I didn't come back with 0 cookies. All those cookies were gone. And that's what I love. I was spreading the love. I was spreading the cookies everywhere. So I have to make sure I could disperse them. I don't like, wasting food. Make sure you guys, did everyone vote in this poll? Make sure you guys are smashing these likes, voting in this poll. Did I catch the bouquet? You know what, Digi? That's a great question because I didn't even see a bouquet thrown. Digi, I have to ask about that because I did not see a bouquet thrown. But you know what? I'm okay. I didn't really need to catch the bouquet. I'm only 20, I'm not really looking for all that craziness right now. Could have sold some cookies. You should sell the cookies. I don't know. I love giving out the cookies for free. It's just like love. You know what I mean? All right. Well, we do have 63%. So it seems like the early morning stream is winning. All right, guys. I'm going to take this into consideration. I'm going to go live again at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow because I'm just staying consistent for the week. And I will make an announcement at some sort. Maybe on YouTube. Maybe on Twitter. I'll make an announcement somewhere. I will do. I'm going to focus. I want to see. I really like the noon times, but also the mornings are just so awesome. And I really support every single one of you for being here and making sure you are a part of all of these things. Girl, don't you be giving out the cookies for free? Sharknado, why not? I love cookies. I love spreading love. I used to do that all the time in high school. Oh, Retro Mike, thank you for the $20 super chat. I love your little gif. It's like rage quit. Like, where? Is that Gary? Gary, is that you? Gary Gensler, is that you? Maybe Harry Gensler could jump in and let us know. An announcement. Oh my gosh, stop it, Dave Digital, stop it. talking about the stream announcement. Tesla X question mark. I did not get a Tesla. I wish I got a Tesla, guys. I saw a Tesla dealership and I wanted to stop by it. And I was so wowed. I was just like, I was looking at the Tesla. I was just like walking around. I was just having a good time. But hopefully one day I could get a Tesla. That would be amazing. I heard they're really safe. Dear Diary, Creighton says, writing this down in my journal. Dear Diary, Randy gave me a raisin. Oh, how my heart sings. I'm raisin worthy. Only one raisin, though. Don't forget, only one raisin. Thank you guys for coming, friends. I will make sure to give you guys more than one raisin, each one of you. Joe Harvey, thank you for coming. Make sure you guys smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I know we ranted a lot today. There's a lot that we had to cover, but I am happy that I put this together because I work really hard on these streams. I really do my research. So that way you guys really know what's going on, because it's one thing to bring up like the stories that are going on today, but it's also important to piece together why they are all happening, which is what I did with Janet Yellen, which is what I did with the CBDC pilots that are going on, and that a lot of people, again, still don't know about because nobody covers them. So if you guys did not see the beginning of this episode, please rewind. I highly encourage you to rewind. I'll put up shorter clips later for you guys to see, like, you know, what's happening in shorter form. I have been putting out videos from these streams in shorter form as well, like 4 or 5 minute ones, so you guys could catch up easily. But I really appreciate all you guys coming. I appreciate all of the love. I appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the comments, the gifts, if you guys choose the gift. I appreciate every single one of those. I appreciate every single thing, all the support. I appreciate being able to do this every single day. And I appreciate every single person in this chat. Retro Mike is feeling attacked though, so I can't really help Retro Mike at the moment. All I could give him is 2 raisins for consolation. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Even Creighton said I did a good job. Now you get 2 raisins. You get raisin and a half, Creighton. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. No G, thank you for the hype. Thank you all for the hype. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you smash these likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. Make sure more people know about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the banks, every single thing going on in this country, in the world, because this is a global effort. This is a global revolution, a digital revolution that we could all be a part of, that brings down those geographical barriers. So thank you again for joining me today. Have a lovely day. Hold on. Janet Yellen, do I hear you? Oh my gosh, you like crypto? Gary, you like crypto too? Let's talk. Hold on.